We are back with today's Mostly Interesting. We're going to start with an animal story that naturally has ties to an infamous drug kingpin. Maybe you've heard about this before. It was back in the 80s that Pablo Escobar brought a bunch of hippopotamuses, or hippopotami if you prefer, from Africa to live on his estate in Colombia. But after his death in 1993, the hippos were just set free. Well, since then, the descendants of the original hippos have now multiplied to around 170 in Colombia. And after pushback to other plans to control the population, the Environmental Ministry has started to now surgically sterilize the hippos. Colombia says that they can do that to about 40 hippos a year.
You know how they do that? So, all right. Dangerous job.
Yeah.
I love, it's one of my favorite animals.
Yes, me too.
But they're a bit dangerous.
They're dangerous.
They're pretty dangerous, but they're
Imagine
so darn cute.
Pablo Escobar has been dead for 30 years and he's still creating mayhem.
Is that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
93.
Wow. Well, time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're bringing hippos to your Colombian estate as a drug lord.
Yeah, we share that in common. We both like hippos.
Classic story.
Oh, wow. So we have shared plenty of stories the past 2 weeks about the new Central New York tree, Central Park. See, Dan was writing this.
Well, the tree came from Binghamton, Lilvesta.
Ah, yes it did. Okay, never mind, Dan. I won't throw you under the bus. But anyhow, this year's tree for the Capitol came from Virginia. Yes, it arrived on the West Lawn today. It was brought in from the National Forest in West Virginia. It's going to be decorated using donated handmade ornaments. The Capitol Christmas tree is more than a 50-year tradition by the USDA Forest Service. And they cut it down in the National Forest and bring it to the Capitol.
Right. We were discussing that it's like the traditions are lovely.
Yes.
But sometimes I just feel bad that somebody has a big tall tree and they're like, get it out of here.
Well, yes, I'm thinking, why don't they plant a beautiful tree at the White House, let it grow to be a beautiful tree, and just decorate that and let the animals live in it instead of whacking down one that's already beautiful. But that's just my take.
And then we bring in the hippos. You know what, we'll think about it, we'll talk about it, do some brainstorming, and we'll be back right after this.
They could trim the tree.